Hello, YouTube, and welcome to The Real Siberius. On this episode, I wanted to talk about Larry Bird. Man, I love Larry Bird. Larry Bird is ranked my number three all time. He is my second favorite player, and I just can't imagine basketball without Larry Bird. So let's get into it. So, Larry Bird, for his career, averaged 24.3 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, and 6.3 assists per game. He is the only player in NBA history to receive Rookie of the Year, MVP, Finals MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year. He's the first member of the 40-90 or 50-40-90 club. He's a three-time MVP, and the 3 years prior to him being voted MVP three times in a row, he was second place. So he was second place, second place, second place, first place, first place, first place. That's just insane. He's a three-time NBA champion, two-time Finals MVP, a 12-time All-Star selection, won the first three NBA three-point contests, a 9-time member of the All-NBA first team, and a quote that I always loved from Pat Riley is, if I had to choose a player to take a shot to win a game, I'd pick Michael Jordan. If I had to pick a player to take a shot to save my life, I'd pick Larry Bird. That's all you need to know about Larry Bird right there in that one sentence. Because he got it done when he had to get it done. He was just an absolute killer and an absolute assassin. So when I hear modern players today talking about Bird couldn't play in this game, and as much as it disgusts me to say it, Dennis Rodman said that. He said that Dennis Rodman would be an average, or Dennis Rodman said Larry Bird would be an average guy in the modern era. And I'm not going to lie, it made it hard for me to respect Dennis Rodman in that moment. I mean, the reality is Dennis Rodman has made it hard for me to respect him in a lot of moments. But Larry is just an absolute monster. In my personal opinion, one of the greatest passers all time. With his tap passes, with his no-look passes, with his behind-the-back passes, with his between-the-players' leg passes. It was just an absolute joy to watch. When people talk about high IQ basketball, they need to talk about Larry Bird. When you mention LeBron James having a high IQ, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Larry Bird has one of the highest, if not the highest, basketball IQ of anyone I've ever seen play the game. And he also disproves the tall guys can't shoot free throws. That became this big narrative for a long time that tall guys can't make free throws. And I think the 50-40-90 proves that wrong. The thing that I liked the most about Larry Bird, despite his play, despite his character, was his grit. He was just so extremely tough. He was almost impossible to defend. He would dive for balls like his life depended on it. I can't remember the exact game because my brain is dumb. But he dove for a ball, slammed his face on the court, and broke his occipital bone, which is your cheekbone. He went out of the game for, I think, the rest of the half. Obviously, the first half. And then came back into the game with a broken cheekbone. Nobody else is going to do that. I mean, that's like Ronnie Lott having the tip of his pinky cut off so he could keep playing. Or Jack Youngblood playing with a broken leg in the Super Bowl because he didn't want to miss it. Like, that's just a desire to play and a willingness to compete that just doesn't exist anymore. If you're unfamiliar with Larry Bird because he didn't play, since you've been alive, or he didn't play while you were watching basketball, you got to check him out. And it can't just be highlights. I mean, his highlights are phenomenal. I mean, there's a number of them playing in the background as I make this video. And I'm certainly hoping that it doesn't get flagged, but I guess we'll see. He's just next level. He is an all-around player, and he refuses to quit. I just have absolutely the utmost respect for him. I mean, you can't earn the nickname Larry Legend without being a legend. You also can't talk about Larry Legend without talking about his trash talk. However, I don't like to say that Larry Bird talked trash. To me, talking trash is when you say something and you may not be able to back it up. Larry talked facts. He told you what he was going to do, and then he did it, and you couldn't stop him. If he said, I'm going to go over to this corner and then I'm going to shoot the ball in your face, that's what he did. There are countless stories of him doing that exact thing. Or I'm going to take it to right here, I'm going to shoot a jumper in your face. I just don't understand the Larry Bird disrespect. One of my subscribers pointed out to me that Iman Shumpert had a video where he was disrespecting Larry Bird, and I was unaware of this fact. But I watched it, and it genuinely made me angry. Because clearly he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I stand behind the things that he was saying about LeBron versus Jordan. But when it comes to Larry Bird, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Clearly you don't know the history of the game. And it makes me sad. I'm not a scholar of the game. I've watched the game for a long time. Unfortunately, my memory and my ability to recall facts has been drastically reduced since my accident, so I can't remember the exact game or play or player or date like I used to. But I still love the game. I still have an absolute passion for the game, especially 80s, 90s basketball. It blows me away. I love this game. I love Larry Bird. I don't know if I'll keep making these videos on players. If you guys like them, please let me know. If you don't like them, also please let me know. But it's kind of fun going back, reflecting on players' accomplishments, accolades, and statistics. It's been great for my mind and my memory, but also for nostalgia. I haven't seen these players play in, some of them going on 25, 30 years, some of them over 30 years now. And so it's nice to be able to go back and reflect on that and relive some of those memories, because I watched a lot of these games in real time on TV, and some of them I was fortunate enough to see live in person. And it's nice to relive that. And I hope that some of you guys get the opportunity to see live NBA games. There's not really anything like it. It's not the same as it used to be. Unfortunately, with load management, maybe the player that you want to see won't be playing. I had mentioned this in a previous video, but it bears repeating. I hadn't gone to see an NBA game in, I think, 25 years. And I went to go see my first NBA game in 2023 and 4 starters didn't start. I've gone to see dozens, if not more, NBA games in my life. The majority of them in the 80s and 90s. Never once did I go to one of those games the starter didn't play. Now, obviously, there are people that had the experience of them not being there because not every player played 82 games every season. So there had to be occasions where someone went to go see them and they didn't play. Thankfully, that never happened to me. So when I went to a game for the first time in decades and 4 starters didn't start, it just blew my mind. I couldn't even comprehend it. And I know it wasn't because of injuries or illness or anything like that. It was because of load management. But anyway, I was going to say that's an entirely different topic for another video. But that's the end of this video. I certainly hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you have not done so already, please like and subscribe. As always, I want to give a shout out to the content creators that continue to inspire me to do this. And without them, this channel wouldn't exist. Uncommon Sense, Angry Old Hoops, Self-Researched NBA Facts, 93Z, Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncut Hoops, Scap Attack, Speam Engine, In Your Face Hoops, Eddie TV, King Speech Row, Goatcast Hoops. I always appreciate your guys' perspectives, your takes, and your humor. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.